Jungle. Audio Jungle.
That there are enough resources to back up the idea up to 2030, and you need money, Flora Romai, and people who grew up in poverty, they've never seen a car. When they are being offered that car, you need to look at a comic elder. When he got the double cab, how excited he was. Surely his entire family will not even sleep on that day with excitement. So whether people like it or not, Charles Charamba is driving that Fortuna. Whether they like it or not, Pastor Ian Dlovu is driving that Land Cruiser. Whether people like it or not, Jar Praiser has received over US 100,000 and a lot of cars and everything. And you would not expect that. Any of these recipients of the gifts can turn against the 2030 idea. So here we are, Flora Ramai, in terms of now these opposition political figures. Do you give them a chance? Do you think they have a chance, especially considering the challenges of resources, resourcing a political party, like what ZANU PF has successfully managed to do? Do you give them a chance? Strategy or desperation? Go ahead.
I don't think, in terms of what you're speaking about, you need to have any form of strategy or leadership at the helm of an opposing something that you do not really want to happen. You don't need to bring back Chamisa or Betty or anything, right? This is the problem in Zimbabwe. We look for leadership where there's none. Some of the problems we have now is because of the opposition leaders who's basically taught people we can finish a party, we go to parliament. Once we get to parliament, I get disposed, and then whoever comes in can destroy. In terms of, if you don't follow, we go for another, by-election. Right? This has happened since 2013, whereby when you do not like me, I'm going to get rid of you in parliament. So it's a sickness in the opposition, whereby they destroy their own seats that they win from the people. Can you expect them people to lead you against something that most probably they're part of without you knowing? Because if you're saying everyone is paid, but I don't believe that everyone is paid in order to make the realization of 2030. 2030 vision, in terms of the agenda 2030, not the vision, did not come from, you know, from a party faithfuls in ZANU PF. It came from people who I would view, Sydney Sekeramai was the first person who started talking about this. And I was quite alarmed when I heard him telling the president that he should stay on. Edie made a comment in terms of saying, when we realize 2030 vision, I'm going to be there, right? He didn't say I'm going to be there as president. And this was caught on like, yeah, he wants to be here. So we're going to represent him back and tell him, we want you to stay for another 2 years. But have we achieved, in terms of the data at hand, in terms of what we're supposed to do on the NST,
Masha,
whatever
nyonge
document that we have?
chirikuzvaanenge achitaura.
Yeah, we haven't achieved those. Are we in line with the realization of 2030? Right? This is where we have. It's nothing to do with rounding up all the characters that we know in opposition. It's a decision that we have to educate our people on. It's not about looking for, recycling leaders in terms of this. This is more about your moral grounding. Do you want ED to be another Robert Mugabe or no shackles, whereby they can just turn on the constitution and do what they like? Come 2030, they can change it again because you're giving them that opportunity, right? That's how Robert Mugabe started. He started off bastardizing, in order to make him, president, and getting rid of banana. He started off with changing of laws. The Unity Accord was not part of our constitution. We allow that. When Tekere came in and told you guys, you're going for a one party state, Everyone called him an alcoholic, right? Until you realize that some things is not about finding the so-called leaders, it's about making your own decisions and making your arguments. Whether is this what I want for my country? Do I want an 87-year-old or 90-year-old as president in 2030? No, you don't, because the world has changed. The population of Zimbabwe is very young, and all is never known is the same people who've been in power. Their lifestyle has always been the same. We've tried with the 2000 1999 lot. They're just as corrupt as the other lot. So we need a different, level of agenda whereby we come into an agreement that leadership is not chosen by the party we think we represent. It can start from anywhere. It can be you, Hulu. It can be Hotset. It can be Owen. But we shouldn't choose people based on, where they came from. No one controls my thoughts. I can come to your rally tomorrow and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'll go there and I'll vote for Edie to come back in because someone else has persuaded me in another way. It's about educating the masses about how, if you bastardize and, a constitution, how far are you willing to go? This is not our first constitution that's been turned around. We're actually on a third path since 1980, and no one respects that. ZANU-PF are awful people, don't respect your constitution at all because the thing they can do is nothing to do with majority in parliament, but it's about what is discussed in parliament. It's about how the opposition in the first year didn't take that parliament seriously of 2018, used it for their own agenda, right? And leaving ZANU-PF building itself, because ZANU-PF was in 2018 they were not together. You made them stronger. Now they go, all right, we can now come against you because now they're no longer, free thinking people. They're now, what's it called? There's this thing in the Bible, where people move together. What's it called? There's a word I'm thinking of, but I can't think of it now. Yeah, they're not one person. They're a lot of people who think alike. But when you look at it in spaces, you think they're together. There's some people in ZANU-PF who don't believe in this 2030 nonsense that come up from it is nonsense. It's an agenda that's built on a false premise. And it needs to be argued so. But we need to educate people where it matters. When they are asked those questions, then it comes up. But if you
Yeah,
keep on saying you need leadership like Chamisa, you're losing the point of this. This should be a free thinking, a free education, not coming up with people who's got washed up careers, who washed up and gave ZANU-PF that opportunity. That's
yeah.
not right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Flora, my smartest. Let me now come to you again. Let us deal with the nitty gritties of this entire thing. So now you have got a group of individuals coming together, and you ask yourself, what is their shared vision? What is their shared mission? What is it? Owen will be coming to you shortly after smartest. Don't worry, my friend. You are next. Don't worry. We'll
Oh
be
yeah,
coming to you. Don't
because
worry, Owen. Just mute a little bit.
okay, just allow
Yeah.
me kuti mukadzi wangu anga achitaura ndingoti aiwa.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.